Because today, we are going through 3.4 or 3.4 is in our book, but it's transformation. We are doing about transformations of the function and the graph. Remember, as we already said, a function is a relationship of input that normally is x and output is y. Only when we are doing logarithmic function will be backwards sometimes. But normally you put a x, you output a y. No? And every function have a graph. No, normally we have been working only with the slope of the line. No, that is a equation that the degree is one. It's the first degree equations. No, but now we can see graph of equations of second degree, like the parabola, and third degree that is like a S going over the graph. And I want to share with you also today about the behavior of the lines, because that is something that you need to understand when you see your homework. You can immediately identify what function is and is positive or negative. What is, let me do with my computer, because yesterday I tried to use my finger and mess up what is a transformation? A transformation is a horizontal or a vertical shift or move of the existing graph or parent function. Normally what we have are parent functions. What is a parent function? I will show you all the ones, and it's already also in Blackboard. This page is in Blackboard already, and I make a copy. And let me continue this one, because that is, you see, it's cut off in the corner. Oh, they don't let me. It's okay. Let me see if I can do. Now they want to give me colors. So let me continue the line. In blue, you can see. What is better, red or blue? Oh, let's do red. Because yesterday somebody said the blue was, no, that is your line. No, and let's continue I'll put in green the line. This line goes this way. So that is all the function that we will work in this assignment. Most of these are the ones that we are working. First of all, we have the one that we have worked for the last 2 weeks, no, the slope of the line, no, and all these equations are primary, because the degree of all this, the degree of the x in all these equations is one. All right, my question is, one is a odd or a even? Odd. It's odd. So you would have a rule that will give you to you that will help you. All the odd functions, no, and you can see, I will give you a click here. This one is one, that is another, and that is the other. No, all the odd functions, x to the 1, x to the 3, or the square root, the cubic root of x, all the lines go through the origin. You can see that. All the lines go through the origin. And you can see the straight line. Then you have here the cubic function, also is like a s, come from the negative infinitive, is like have a tangent over the 0, 0, and then go up again. But that is all are positive. It's important that you recognize that are positive, because in the assignment, in your homework, you have, for example, this function. And they give you 5 different graphs, and you have to pick up which one belongs to y is equal to 1 over x. And you need to understand who is the positive and who is the negative. But all these are positive. And then the second thing that we can observe, all the even functions like x squared, no, like the absolute value, all have, and then also the y is equal to the square root of x, all their vertex. What is the vertex? The vertex is the lowest or the highest part of the parabola. That is a parabola, no? And this point is the lowest, but it's a negative, will be the highest because it will be upside down. But their vertex, you can see all the even their vertex is on the x-axis. And though all these are parent functions, means they have not yet go through a transformation. But that is the functions you can see. Each one have an equation, where you can input a value for x and get a value for y. And all these functions is the ones that we will move, up, down, or left to right, or a combination of both. We can move it left of the graph, right of the graph, up on the graph, down, or we can combine. We can move to the left and up, and to the right and down. So you have to learn to read the equation, because every equation will tell you what happened with this line, where this line went. So any questions so far about parent function? And this page is also already in Blackboard. So you can, in the area of transformation, you can see this page, and you can open it and print it or download it, whatever you want to do. Any questions online, people? We have everybody online? No, nobody's online. Okay. So let me erase that, and let's go to the next slide. Before go to the next slide, you need to learn also the behavior of the lines. You can write this down. All the odd positive functions or lines, all the positive odd, they fall to the left of the graph and rise to the right of the graph. Fall to the left of the graph and rise to the right of the graph. You can see this line is a odd. It's falling to the left, it's rising to the right. This one that we just finished to draw also is a odd, and you can see it's falling in the left, rising in the right. Also, this one, the cubic root of x, is falling in the left and is rising in the right. As you can see, all these have the same behavior because are positive. I'm talking about positive functions. What will happen is a negative function. If, for example, what happens is if it would be a y is equal to negative x. Or what happens if you have y is equal to negative x cubed? No? Or here you have y is equal to negative cubic root of x. That look like an x. Y is equal to the cubic root of x. What happened in these cases? Well, let me change color. It would be the opposite game that we just said. I'll put in red. If there's negative, let me change colors, because that was positive. I'll put y is equal to negative x. If it's negative, the line will be the opposite gain. If that is negative, y is equal to negative x cubic. Or this one will be y is equal to the negative square root of x. Will be the opposite. And if it's negative, will rise in the left and fall in the right. No, and that is the behavior of the line. So as you know, you see a line, a slope, and we already went through that, no? That is a negative slope. When you go up to the mountain, you have a positive slope. When you are going down to the mountain, you have a negative slope, and this is a negative slope. Also, right here will be the same. No, will rise in the left, come like this, and fall in the right. There's all the odd functions, negatives, will rise in the left and fall in the right. Will be the same for this one. No, will come this way. The same thing. So you see that you see that the line is rising in the left and falling in the right, immediately you know it's a negative function. Because they can give you an equation and ask you to find the transformation, or they can give you a transformation and you have to find which one the graph is. And they will give you 4 or 5 different graphs. So if I got that, that is, we're talking only about odd functions so far. So let's talk about even function. Can I erase that? What happens if we're talking about, sorry. Yeah. Let me rise this up again. Almost mess up. When we talk about the even functions, all these are positive. But you have, for example, y is equal to the negative. Sorry. Y is equal to the negative x squared. Or here you have y is equal to, remember, there is no absolute value, negative absolute value. But when you put a negative in front of the function, you need to carry this negative. That is called the negative absolute value of a number. And it's not because you can have a negative absolute value, because you have a negative in front of the whole thing. Everybody got that? Do you understand that? Terry? Okay. So what happened with these functions? Well, when it's negative, you have the parabola upside down. And when it's negative, this v will be upside down. So when it's a positive, when it's an even degree or it's an even function, the behavior of the function is up, up. Both arms will be up if there is a positive. But there is a negative even function, both arms will be down. You need to remember that. And it's the same thing with the absolute value. But why I said, because you have an x squared, x to the 4th power will be also a even function.
Wait, which one? Sorry, I was writing it down.
Okay, I'm talking about the even function. We have an x squared so far, but you have an x to the 4 will be also an even function?
Yes.
Yeah, any even number could be x to the 16. Same behavior. No, same behavior. Doesn't matter. Will be the same, no? If it's positive, both arms up. If it's negative, both arms down. The absolute value, if it's positive, the V will have the arms up. And if it's negative, the V will have the arms down, both. So that is the way that you can find out if a function is negative or is positive. And the last one, I can erase that. Oh, Terry can?
Yes.
Okay. The last one, this reciprocal. What happens is it's negative. If it's negative, what happens is this guy will come this way, and this other line will come this way. That will be the negative. That will be y is equal to negative 1 over x. Let me know if anybody have a question, because that will be in the test. That's in your assignment. No questions? I will let you make your notes, and then we're going to see the equation that we need to learn. Can go to the next? Okay. Let me use the computer. I don't want to mess up because yesterday I have to close everything. That was a mess. Okay. So that is the equation that we have to learn. And I will put the whole equation here. Y is equal to x, and that can be plus or minus k, plus or minus h. That is your equation. And not always you have this whole equation. Sometimes the h is not there, only the k. But what is the difference? That will be equal to say y is equal to x plus 2 squared minus 4. So you can see that the k is the number that have been added or subtracted to the parent function, because what was the parent function of this was y is equal to x squared. That was the parent. Doesn't look like a square. That is the parent function. But what happened to this function inside of the function, inside the parentheses, you add a 2 or you subtract a 2. You can add or subtract a number from x. That would be your k. And then you can add or subtract a number, but this h is not inside of the function. You see that? Why is it important to know that? Because when the number, the k is inside the function, means the graph is moving to the right, left, or is moving to the right. And I will tell you right now how to know that. And when the h means the whole graph went up or the whole graph went down. You need to remember that if the number is not inside of the function, if there is no a k, only you have a h, means the whole thing went up or the whole thing went down. All right, you have both. You need to first of all do the one inside the parentheses. That means went to the left or to the right, the whole graph, the whole line went to the left or to the right. And then you can find out if it's going up also or down. You can have without the h or with the h. And you need to know exactly what to see or what to graph. Again, that is the parent function. That's a parabola. Everybody have that? How I know if went to the right or to the left? Well, if you have again y is equal x plus 2, no, you need to set this to 0. X plus 2 is equal to 0, and if you subtract 2 from both sides, x is equal to what?
-2.
X is equal to -2. Then my question, in the x, y axis, where the negative numbers are, in the left or the right?
What?
So that means because it's -2, went 2 spaces to the left. You understand? They will copy that. Because you need to set to 0, and if the answer is negative, means went to the left. If the answer is positive, means went to the right. How many units? What number you have there? In this case, you have a 2, means went 2 spaces to the left. All right, I can erase that. But if I have, for example, y is equal to x minus 2 squared, and you said x minus 2 is equal to 0, if you add an x to both sides of this equation, x is equal to positive 2. That means where positive 2 is in the x-axis, is in the left or in the right?
Right.
That means the whole thing went 2 spaces to the right over the x-axis. And then if you have this number, also after you move to the right 2 spaces, if there is a positive number, you have to go up as many spaces as the number is. And if it's a negative number, you go down as many spaces as the number is. So everybody got that? Any questions so far? Let me show you examples of what I'm talking for. So that is the equation that you have to learn, no? And you can visit this table. I give you another ways to understand. But for me, setting what is inside the parentheses to 0 is the easy way to know where the direction went. Remember, I try to always find what is the most easy way to understand. I try to go down to the earth. So that is an example. That is the parent function, the orange one. Where is the vertex in the parent function? In 0. The vertex is right here. It's in 0. All right. Also, the vertex is the center, is the line of symmetry of the parabola. What is the line of symmetry? Means if you take this parabola and you fold it, you have these two arms will overlap one to another. And this crease or this line, where the two fall together is called the line of symmetry. And the line of symmetry is exactly right now over the y-axis, you see. If you fall there, you will be able to see the symmetry of this picture. But why is important to know that? Because when you see the equation only will tell you where the vertex went. Where the vertex went. In this case, you have the transformation. Y is equal to x minus 3 squared. So if you have x minus 3 is equal to 0, and you add 3 to both sides, x is equal to positive 3. Positive 3 is in the left or in the right of the x-axis.
Right.
So you can see that was the vertex 0, 0, and the whole thing went 1, 2, and 3. That's what the vertex is now. My question is, and the question you can with Mr. Camacho, how I get the other points? You need to do a table of values. And that is something that you will have to do in your assignment too. What is a table of values? You put your x there, and then you put your equation here. Your equation is is y is equal to x minus 3 squared. Entonces, what happened? Now the new vertex is where? Entonces, because it's the center, you can pick two numbers to the right and two numbers to the left to find the other points. Because if the vertex is the center, the arms are up to the left of the vertex and to the right of the vertex. You got that? So I will pick, let's pick 1 and 2. Let's do the ones at the left. Now, when x is 1, remember it's a function. We input a value for x to get a value for y. So you have now y is equal now to 1 minus 3 squared. 1 minus 3 is negative 2 squared.
+4.
Positive 4. And how we exaggerate and put positive 4? Well, let's see. That is the 1, and that is the point. Exactly, 4. In the test, I need 3 points on. Like for the slope of the line, I ask you for 2 points and draw your line. You need only 3 points. You want to grab the whole thing as a pure. But if you give me 3 points, I'm happy. You have the point. So let's pick the other side. I pick 1 here. I will pick 5 to the right of the vertex. Let's pick 5. So y is equal to 5 minus 3 squared. 5 minus 3 is
2.
2 squared,
4.
4, positive 4. And you go 5, bingo, and draw your line. You don't have to draw a perfect line, but I need to see that your line is crossing the points that you're showing me, because that is the kind of work that I need to see in your test. If you grab that and you don't give me any equation, I cannot give you the point. No, you don't show me at least that you did that to find out it went to the left or to the right, and then the table of values finding other 2 points. And that's it. Go to the next question. Because the exam will have probably 25 questions. So you don't want to spend, well, I want to have the other 2 points. You want to do it, but I don't ask you. I ask you only for the vertex and 2 points. Any questions so far? I will let you take your notes. We'll go to the next example. Remember, that is a positive parabola. And you can see the equation. Y is equal to positive x squared. The arms are up. Both are up. I can erase that. Take your notes, Terry. But guys, you in the assignment, you have to do that. Make your table of values. You have to find your vertex. So that's try to explain in detail what to do. Right? So let's go to another example. Oops. That's what I don't want to happen. I have to be very careful. Okay, in this example, we have the absolute value function. That is a mistake. They should have here a straight bar. And here too, a straight bar. So the function is y is equal to x, and the bar in between, the absolute value function. And you know that that is the v, and it's positive or negative.
Positive.
So the 2 arms of v are up. If there's negative, the 2 arms will be down. And according to this equation, you can see again, you go x minus 2 is equal to 0. You add 2 to both sides, and you have that x is equal to positive 2. So in what direction the vertex went?
Right.
To the right, and you can see 1 point, 2 points. Okay? So what next now? Well, we need to now do the other points. So as you know that the vertex now is in 2. So, and the 2 is the center of the V. So I can pick two numbers to the right and two numbers to the left. So do your table of values again. You put your x there, and the equation is that y is equal to the absolute value of x minus 2. So if we can put 0, if I put a 0 there, y is equal to 0 minus 2. What is the absolute value of negative 2? What is the absolute value of negative 2? Okay,
Is there not one? Wait, that doesn't make sense.
no, and that is something that we already studied together. Imagine that is your line, okay? That is your 0. 1, 2. Here is 1, negative 2, negative 1. The definition of the absolute value, and that will be in the exam too, you need to study about that, is how far, how many spaces from 0 is a number. It's about how far is a number from 0. Doesn't matter the direction, because direction is always positive. As I say to you when I was explaining to you this day, I cannot say, Terry, I drove today negative 22 miles. That don't make sense. Or you drove or you don't. You understand me? Because the distance is always positive. So that is the reason the absolute value can never be negative. Because it's how far a number is from 0. How far is negative 2 from 0? How many spaces?
2.
2 spaces. How far is 2 from 0?
2.
2 spaces. Regardless, the direction always will be 2 spaces. Because after explain that, I will ask the question again. Because if you input 0 for x, will be 0 minus 2, will be negative 2. What is the absolute value of negative 2?
2.
Exactly. Always is positive. Always. If you have an equation that says it's negative 2, undefined. Because you can never have a negative value. The only case that we showed before is you have something y is equal to the negative 0 minus 2. So now, what would be the absolute value of negative 2?
Positive 2.
But because you are carrying on a negative,
I see that. Negative.
and that is what we call the negative absolute value of negative 2. It's not because it's negative, because you are carrying on and you need to carry your negative over the answer. But in essence, there is not an absolute value negative. So we have negative 2. To 0, sorry, that is 2. This is 0, 2, right there. So let's pick another number. Let's pick 5. And your y is equal to the absolute value of 5 minus 2. What is 5 minus 2?
3.
What is the absolute value of 3?
3.
3. And let's see. 5, 3, right there. And it's all that I need for the test. 2 points. That's it. Draw your best line. You don't have to be perfect.
Hey, it doesn't matter which number we choose.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it's not like you're expecting it to look a certain.
No. We're in America. the line of the free and the break, you pick the number you want. You want to pick number 8, you can pick 8 too. Or you can pick -2. Because remember, what is the domain of this line? What will be the domain? All the x values will be what? What the domain? The domain are all the possible numbers, x numbers, that you can input in this equation for x. Where this line is coming from? Which one?
Negative.
Negative. In what direction this line is going?
Positive. Infinity.
So what numbers you can put here?
Any.
That is the reason you can pick any number to the left or the right. If you show me your graph, I'm happy. Only you pick 20 will be out of the page. But you can pick any number because if come from negative infinity and go to infinity means any number can be input for x. And any of these numbers will make this undefined. Everybody got that? I can go to the next. So try to explain you the every function as we study also the transformation. Let's go to the next one. See what happened there? Now you have, that is the pairing function. You see that? No, that is equal to say y is equal to the x to the second power. That is the parent, and the vertex is 0, 0. And also that is the parent function, okay, also. Same thing, y is equal to x. Why I replace f of x for y? Why? I said this before too. I said that x of x or g of x or h of x or m of x and y is the same thing. Because you are saying here, if you input a value here from x, you will get an answer for y. Okay? So this f of x and y is the same thing. So I can replace f of x for y. So in this case, what happened? Now, do you have something? This equation is y is equal to x to the second power minus 4. This 4 is a h or is a k?
And H. Wait.
Who is inside of the function, the h or the k? See your notes, guys. There are reasons you take notes.
It's the K.
That is a k is inside. Who is outside?
H.
So that is this 4 is a h or a k?
H.
And h says that the whole thing went what? Up and down. Depend if the number is positive or negative. Because in this case, what this number is what, positive or negative? -4. There's how many spaces down went the vertex? And you can see that is the origin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly. Went to -4. When y is -4. And in this case, the equation is y is equal, x squared plus 4. Plus 4 is negative or positive?
Positive.
And that means the whole vertex went how many spaces? In what direction? And you can see that is the vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember, the equation is giving you a story what happened with the vertex. When you find the vertex, then you need to do a table of value to find 2 extra points for every equation. Same thing. If I want to know where the arm is, I make my line. What time is it? How much time we have?
Like
I
30-ish.
should say 30 minutes. I think.
Oh, praise God. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good because first I can explain this. Let's do one of them. Which one you, the negative or the positive?
Positive.
Let's do the negative because we have no main negative so far. So as you have, and the equation is y is equal, to x squared minus 4. So what happened here? So you know that the vertex is a negative 4. You can pick 2 numbers to the right, 2 to the left. Pick a number to the left, Terry. From negative 4. Negative 4 is in 0. It's 0, negative 4. Because it's over the y-axis. Give me a number to the left of the vertex.
2.
That'll be 2. To the left.
Wait, what?
To the left of the vertex. That is your vertex to the left of the vertex.
So that would just be, wait, I'm confused.
Yeah.
To the left of the vertex?
We already found out where the vertex is. We need to find 2 extra points to draw your parabola. So let's pick, because it's in 0, 0, because the vertex is 0, 0, 0 for x and 0 for y. So we need to pick a number to the left. What number you want to pick? Close to 0.
1? What? Wait, what are you? I'm
Because,
lost.
okay, my head is the vertex.
Okay.
The arms going is the vertex is the center of the parabola. So if I need to draw the arms, I need to find 1 point to the left and 1 point to the right of the 0. Because the vertex is right now in 0, 0. This point is 0, 4. So give me a number to the left of the vertex. What numbers in the x-axis are to the left of the vertex? That is the x-axis. Give me a number to the left.
-2?
Exactly.
Okay, so if they can't be positive?
No,
So
because to the
It's
left.
gonna be negative.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
you can pick to the other side, -2. So it would be y is equal to -2 squared minus 4. So you have -2 squared is what?
+4.
Positive 4. Minus 4 is 0. And that is an ordered pair. Your ordered pair is -2, 0. Where is -2, 0? Right here. That, because it's over the x-axis, will be -2, 0. That is your x value. Remember, you input a value for x to get an output for.
1.
Wow.
So that is your y value and your x value. That is your x and that is your y value. To -2, 0. Ahora, pick a number to the right. Any number close to 0.
Close to 0?
Uh-huh. 1, perfect. So you have 1, positive 1. Let me do 1. So you have y is equal to 1 squared minus 4. The 1 to the second power is
1.
minus 4,
-3.
-3. So your ordered pair is -3 is 1, -3. So you go 1, that is your 1, and that is your -3. -1, 2, and 3, right there. And for me, that is okay. Because how many points I ask you to do?
Two.
2. See that? You show me already how to find your vertex, and you show me already how to find 2 extra points. All I need to know. You got it? Because that is what you have to do in the test. You need to, first of all, tell me where the vertex is, and second, find the 2 extra points and do your parabola. That's it. Next question. Don't spend more time there. Let me know you can go to the next. Take your notes. I'll wait. Please take your notes. Your notes are gold. Let me know when I can go to the next. Okay. Because in the next one, we have a combination, if I'm not mistaken. We go to the next example. The next example is a combination of motion. This is the graph for the parent function as y is equal to the square root of x. And you have in your paper and given to you. You can see. So it's where this vertex was before. Where the vertex, if where the vertex of the parent function was before.
I don't understand.
Okay, the vertex, that is the vertex.
Yeah.
This vertex already went to a transformation. Where this vertex was before, in the parent function. Well, see your paper, I give you a paper today. Where you see the vertex of this line? In 0, 0. The vertex was here. And from then, he went to some place. This equation is telling exactly what happened with the vertex. So you have inside of the function, this 1, you have y is equal to the square root of x minus 1 plus 2. The 1 inside or under the radical is your h or your k.
Your K.
Your k. Entonces, k tells you the vertex went what?
Oh, was that? left
You're
or
right, you're right. But what k says the vertex went to
Left or right?
left to right? How you know? You need to set this to 0. X minus 1 equals 0. And you add 1 to both sides. X is equal to 1. So what happened with the whole thing? Where is 1 in the x-axis? Positive 1 in the right or left?
The right.
So that means went 1 space to the
Right.
and you can see went from here to here first. That was the first step. But then you have a k also. These two outside is your k, and k says what? Or down. But in this case, because it's positive, went what? 2 spaces. And you can count 1, 2. Exactly where the vertex is now. So this equation is giving you the story about what happened with the vertex. Once upon the time, no? The vertex was here, but now because that is in this place. So you know the vertex already, your first step. Now you need to find the other points to do your graph. So you do the table of values again. So that is the x value And the equation is y is equal to the square root of x minus 1 plus 2. So let's find values. Ahora, you need to find a whole number, no decimals, no fractions. So let's input 2 because it's in 1. You see that this line, you see the line in your graph, in the paper, don't have values to the left. All the values are to infinitive, to the right. So I don't have to put nothing to the left because there's no values. So I start with 2. No, because 2 is the next number after the vertex. So y is equal to the square root, no, is 2. Look at the 2. 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 plus 2. 2 minus 1 is, the square root of 1 is
1.
plus 2. That will be 3 as an answer. That is the value of x, and that is the value of y. The ordered pair will be 2, 3. So you go to 2 and you go 1, 2, 3. Bingo. That is 1 point. You need 2 points only to do your line. Besides the vertex. Since I will find another point, I will try 3. And I will try in my mind. 3 minus 1 is what?
2.
Square root of 2 have a whole number? Yes or no, Terry? The square root of 2 have a whole number?
Yes.
What is the square root of 2?
Just 2.
No.
Wait, what? The square root of 2?
It's a whole number or it's a decimal?
Whole number? Wait.
You have a calculator there?
I do not.
Okay. Remember, when you come to class, I want you guys to pick a calculator. Because I need your help. Just plug the square root of 2. And please, the day of the exam, get a calculator from there.
Square root of 2.
What is the square root of 2?
Give me square root of 2.
No, that is not the answer. A square root of 2 is what? In your calculator, you have this one. You need to go to second, first of all.
1.41.
So is a decimal or is a whole
You
number?
have to hit this
Yes.
arrow button to get it to change to decimal. So it's a decimal, it's not a whole.
So it's not a whole number. 2 don't have a perfect square root.
Okay, I don't know why, I thought you meant you were squaring 2.
No,
That's why
the
I
square.
said 4.
No, I said the square
The
root
square
of.
root. Okay.
No,
I don't know why.
it's okay. We're learning, Terry. So what about you put a 4? You know, 4 minus 1 is what?
3.
3 have a perfect square root?
No.
So you cannot put 3. Let's go to the next number. 5. 5 minus 1 is what? 4 have a perfect square root?
Yes.
That is a number. So we put 5 here as my next number. So y is equal to the square root of 5 minus 1 plus 2. 5 minus 1 is
4.
4. 4 plus 2,
6.
6. Hold on, something is wrong here. 5 minus 1 is a 4. It's a 6, yeah? So you have is 5, 6. But that's not the number I have. Hold on, something is going wrong. If I pick 5. Oh, yeah, I know the problem. The square root 5 minus 1 is a 4. The square root of 4 is
2.
plus 2,
4.
4. This would be, the answer would be 4. So my order pair is 5, 4. That is my 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bingo. That's all that you need to do. Draw your line the best you can. Go to the next question. You need to have a whole number because if not, we'll give you decimals. And At least you have a graphic calculator in your exam, and we don't have one. See, you have a paper. So it's hard to find exactly where is 1 point and put your point there. Any questions about this one? So you see, that is a combination. You have something that moved to the left or right and went up and down. Any questions so far? Can I erase? Okay. I'll erase everything, go to the next. Okay. So let's go to the next example. And that's what you have to do in your assignment. You have to really know about the transformation. Okay, let's do this one. All right, remember that is an equation. So where was the vertex of this equation before? Was in 0, right there. Right there. And you have that's a little confusing, this one. Let me check quickly. X is equal to you have a 2x minus 2 minus 1. Oh, to find you have a 2x minus 2 equals 0. What you do the first thing there?
Add.
You need to add 2 to both sides. 2 and 2. So now you have the 2x is equal to 2. Then you divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 1. And that's exactly what happened. When 1 is spaced to the right because it's a positive 1. You can see when 1 is spaced to the right. But also you have that was your k. You have a h. And h says -1. That means,
Go down.
and you can see went down exactly right there. So you see, every equation will tell you what happened with the vertex. And you have to do algebra. We have a little different equation here because you have a 2 in front of the variable. But you do, as you have learned, set everything that is inside the parentheses to 0 and then solve for x. So now I need to find 2 points. It's the same table of values. I have my x, and that equation is y is equal the absolute value of 2x minus 2 minus 1. You have to do the whole equation. So you have your 1, the center of the V is in 1. So you need to pick a number to the left and a number to the right. This is your turn. Pick your number to the left.
-3.
-3. So you put -3 here, and the Vy is equal to 2 times -3 minus 2 minus 1. So it's 2 times -3 is what? -6 minus 2,
-8.
-8. And -8, what is the absolute value of -8? 8 minus 1, 7. So if you pick -3, it will be here. And if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, will be around here. But it's in the line, you see? It's in the line of the V. And when you see that, go back and try a short number. What number you can change for -3?
1.
-1. And we do the same equation. No? We 2 times -1 minus 2. So it's 2 times -1 is
-2.
-2 minus 2,
-4.
What is the absolute value of -4? -1. So the answer for here would be 3. So you input a -1 right here. 1, 2, 3. Bingo. Pick now a number to the right.
2.
2. So you have 2 here. So y is equal to the absolute value of 2 times 2 minus 2. Close your -1. So it's 2 times 2 is what?
4.
4 minus 2.
2.
Two,
The absolute value of 2 is
two,
minus 1.
1.
So you have 2, 1. Exactly right there. And it's all that you have to do. Give me 2 points plus the vertex. That's all I need. And go to the next. Any questions so far? I can erase? Okay. That is an example of a positive and a negative parabola. And you can have a positive and a negative absolute value too. So let's see this equation. The parent function is this one. That is the parent. When the vertex is at 0, 0. But what happened? A transformation took place. So the first thing that you need to take in consideration if you do nothing is this negative. There is a negative in front of the whole function. That means it's a negative parabola. Means the two arms are down. So your vertex now is not the lowest point. Now your vertex is the highest point. And your parabola will be up, down. So you need to remember that. So what happened? They said that x minus x plus 5 squared. X plus 5 equals 0. If I subtract 5 from both sides, x is equal to -5. In what direction the whole thing went? Left or right?
The left.
The left, how many spaces?
5.
And you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was your first move. Went 5 spaces to the left. But you have, that was your K, you have an H there. And the H is what?
6.
It's +6. No, that was your K value in the equation that I showed in the beginning, and that is your H value. And they said went up or down? Up, how many spaces? Discounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is your new vertex. That is what you have to do because they will give you this equation and they will give you the parent, or sometimes even don't give you the parent. You need to know where the parent is and you need to do what the equation says. So everybody got that? So now let's try to find out where all the 2 points are. So you need to do the same equation. You have your value for, let me go here down to have more space. You have your value for x, and then your y is equal to negative, no, x plus 5 squared plus 6. So pick 2 numbers. Or because it's to the left, you need to pick 2 numbers to the left and the right of the vertex, and this number will be negative because you are in the negative side of the x-axis. So man, give me a number to the left.
-7.
-7. Entonces I will put -7. Y is equal negative, and then you have a -7 plus 5 squared plus 6 is equal to this -7 plus 5 is what?
-2,
-2 squared
4,
4 plus 6,
10.
10. Very good. No.
It's not that it's possible.
Because you have a -7 plus 6 would be a negative.
Put the negative in the front.
That in the end have to be a
Oh.
negative. But you have a -7 and plus 5 is a -2. A -2 squared is a 4. 4 plus 6 is a 10. No? And then don't make sense.
Goes down.
Something is not making sense here. Hold on, let me check. You pick -7. -7 plus 5 is -2. -2 squared is +4. +4 plus 6 is 10. Will be a -10. Oh, -10. Sorry.
Goes down.
Yes. See, there is a, it will be around here. Out of the graph. So I cannot pick a 7. Give me another number. Because that will be a -10.
Negative.
-2. So y is equal to negative, and then you have a -7. No, sorry. You have a -2 plus 5 plus 6. So -2 plus 5 is +3. +3 plus 6.
9. Would you
Uh,
not square it still?
yeah. That would try to say it's -3. -3 plus 6 would be.
Gonna be a positive.
Yeah, it's a +3. And you square is a 9 plus 6 is a 15. And that was -2. So you have something around here. -2, 15 is around here out of the paper. So you can see what's the problem there.
No. I
Uh,
don't get it. Do we not put the negative into the equation?
Yeah, do you just wait till the end?
yeah, because you carry on.
Right, so when I put it in this calculator, put negative parentheses, -2
Yeah,
plus 5 parentheses
yeah.
squared plus 6, it gives me a -3.
Okay.
So I'm
Let's
not
try.
That's not math or something.
-2. You pick -2, this one.
Right,
-2. Yeah, -2 plus 5. Oh, I forgot to put the number 2 here too also. Because -2 plus 5 is +3.
Right.
Then you have to square the +3, it will be a 9.
Okay.
And then you will need to add this 9 to the 6.
but my calculator's not doing it right.
You put +6 in the end.
Yes.
I don't know, something is not doing right because we are doing simple math. No, -2 plus 5. No, you carry always the sign of the bigger number, 5. Will be +3. Now you have to square to this because anything you get inside to the second power will be a 9 plus 6 will be a 15, and you carry your -15. But honestly, if you follow the -2, 1, 2, I can agree with you with 3. So what we're doing wrong, guys? Because the -2 plus 5 will be a +3. You square the +3, you get a 9. And it's positive because you carry the positive sign of the 5.
See, I
Negative.
come up with the 9 too on the calculator. but it's something about the negative in front of it that's making
Yeah,
our
cause when I
calculator
thought it'd make it the 7 positive.
negative.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you are right. You are right. You are right. You see,
Six.
bingo. See, we order operation PEMDAS. The negative is in front of
The parentheses.
the function. No, the 6 is not there. We can carry on, but let's try this way. Okay, whatever it says. -3, -2 will be a positive 3, square is a 9, will be a -9 because the negative is in front of the parenthesis. There will be a -9 plus 6 will be -3. Very good.
Okay.
Very good. And that will be one of the solutions because the -2, -3 is around here. Give me a number to the right, to the left now.
-6.
Um, what about -8? Let me see -8 works because it's almost the same picture, -2. So you have a -8. So you have a negative and you have a -8 plus 5 plus 6. So -8 plus 3 is, plus 5 is, is a negative or positive 3. -3 squared
Nine.
is a positive or -9.
Positive.
And now we apply the negative in front of the parenthesis, will be a -9 plus 6, -3, and will be around here. So that is your 2 points. And then do your parabola. Remember, now the vertex is in the top. So everybody got that? Any questions so far? It's time? What time is it?
Sorry, I was just moving
No,
this.
I want to know what time is it to 48. What time? We have 2 minutes. Let's do one more. I can erase that, everybody. Let's do one more. We have 2 minutes, guys. Let's do the last one. Oh, that is a reflection. No, I don't want to do a reflection yet. Well, I don't want there's no in the it's not in the homework. No, that is another example of a but it went in the opposite direction this time. See this the parent function is y is equal to the square root of 2. This equation have a k, a h, or both.
Just the K.
And k says that went to where?
Left or right?
Left to right. That is your k. Left to right. And you go x plus 2 equals 0. You subtract 2 from both sides. And x is equal to -2. So it went what direction? Left. And you can see the vertex was here in the parent and went 1, 2 to the right. To the left, sorry. The next equation, you have the same equation, but they're adding what this time?
-1.
-1. So as you go, you was here. And again, you go the same way that this one because you have to put, you go x minus plus 2 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. -2 both sides, x is equal to -2. So when 2 spaces to the left, 1, 2, right here first, and then let's look at that first. And then what happened?
Went down 1.
Went down 1. And the reason looks like 2 spaces is because the grid is in 0.5 here. You see that? But went down, and that is the new vertex. So how you get the other 2 points, you have to do the table of values again. Your x, and you put the whole equation there. That is the square root, no, the square root of x plus 2 minus 1. And you need to pick numbers that are only to the right of the vertex because there's nothing on the left. So it's, they pick here -1. Now what happens when you put a -1 here? You have -1 plus 2 minus 1. -1 plus 2 is 1. The square root of 1 is what? 1 minus 1. Entonces the point that you pick is -1, 0. That is the other parent. That is exactly here. Here is -1, 0. They pick the other point that they picked was half point. No, they put 0. They pick 0. No. So let's pick 0 here. 0. So you have 0 plus 2 minus 1. 0 plus 2 is
2.
no have the square root of 2. They put a decimal. What would be the decimal in this case? The square root of 2.
1.4142.
And add -1 to that.
0.4142.
0.41. So that is not very exact because 0.1 would be. So this point is not even touching 0.5. So let's try
So it's 0.4.
uh,
If it's not touching 0.5.
0.4, but it's hard to graph
Well,
this in the grid, no? See, that is the reason I try to make things simple. Let me see this line go there. Probably, let's put 2 there. See what would be an answer. The square root of 2 plus 2 minus 1 will be square root of 4 is 2 minus 1 is 3. No, it's 2 plus 2 is 4. Will be a 2 minus 1. No, 2 minus 1 is what? See, the square root of 2 plus 2 is 4. No, 2 plus 2 is 4. The square root of 4 is
Yes.
would be what? The square root of 4
is 4, but the square root is 2.
minus 1.
1.
So the point is 2, 1. That is your order pair. And you go here 2, 1, bingo. And that is all you have to do. Go to the next. So I give you a lot of examples. How to find the vertex, how to find the other points. You need to do your table of values all the time. And you need to do your algebra and your arithmetic there. No, don't forget it when you have the negative in front of this, the function only is affecting the function, not the rest of the equation. Any questions so far? Because guys, that is the end of this video. So I will see you guys again Thursday. And when you come Thursday, we'll review the exam number 2 together. And then Friday, I will open the practice test. Also, you have the whole weekend to play there. And then when you come the next Tuesday or the next week, you come straight to test Tuesday and Thursday. Any questions about it? Okay, well, I'll see you there.